Today I will introduce a field pattern to you. What about this little trick? It seems to be hanging from a vine, like a pressed gourd. Very good meaning. This pattern has 14 stitches and 36 rows. It's a complete pattern. This flower shape is very easy to weave. There are many rules, mainly this place. 14 needles a pattern. Then just count the number of needles. This is the diagram of the pattern. You can take a screenshot. I'm mainly talking about this place. What about other places? Just arrange the flowers according to this knot. It's these 6 stitches in this place that separate it. There are 3 stitches here. 3 stitches and 1 suture here. It is also 6 stitches. If this pattern is a branch, to make the 2 sides symmetrical, 7 more stitches are required. Look at this, I added 7 stitches. Make the pattern on both sides the same. If your back piece is woven like this, what about your first film? You need to put this flower shape, put it in this place. It's these 2 flower shapes standing upside down. This is the first one. Like this suture, it's staggered. It won't overlap. Okay, down below, I mainly cover up the weaving method of this pattern. What about the rest? Just knit according to the diagrams. This horizontal is the upper needle. There is no needle in a blank space. This vertical is the lower needle. Mainly look at the needle addition in this place. And this symbol. And then these are all easier to understand. A good row of flowers is 3 on 1. 6 up and down. 6 up and down. 6 up and down. 6 up and down. Finally, 3. What about the 2 3 south at the beginning? It's actually these 6 stitches that separate it. 3 stitches on each side. This diagram is a diagram of singular lines. That is, a graph with only front rows. What about the reverse side? What kind of needle is it? Just knit whatever needle you want. Be sure to remember this blank. There is no needle. There are no needles in this place. What about the number of stitches in this place? It was added from this needle, and then went to this place and cut it off again. So this place is still a needle. There are no needles on either side. The first and third lines are both 3 above and below. 6 up and down. 6 up and down. It goes on and on and on. Until the end, it's 6 up, 1 down, 3 up. The first and third rows are woven like this. The reverse side is all root weaving. You can knit whatever needle it is. Okay, lines 1 to 4, I'm done knitting. Then start knitting line 5. 3 up, line 5, this is the needle. Did you like the last one? It's this little twist knitted on this needle. And then what? Stagger it. So this time I'm going to twist on this one. This is line 5 on line 3. Weave 6 stitches in this stitch. First knitting lower needle, add 1 stitch to the second stitch. No, 3 knitting lower needle, add 1 stitch to the 4th stitch. 5th knitting lower needle. Then how to knit the 6th stitch. The 6th stitch needs to be knitted, just twist the needle. So you knit 6 stitches. There are 6 needles in 1 needle. The last stitch is the symbol. Add a needle in the air. Add a needle in the air. Then twist and add a needle. This is how 6 stitches come out of 1 stitch. Finally, just continue to knit. Still on 6. These 6 upper needles are always woven on 6. The one that changed was this shot. And this line? I stopped knitting. They diverged. Just knit the back. What about after an empty one? This is 6 lower needles. Knit 6 stitches in 1 stitch on the 3rd one. I'll just show you one more time. Add a needle in the air. Add a needle in the air. That's 5 stitches. What about the 6th stitch? Just knit it and twist the needle. There are 6 stitches in 1 stitch. Knitted like this. Then empty one and then knit the next one. That's it. And finally 3 stitches on top. This is the weaving method of the 5th line. Line 6. That is, what kind of knitting and what kind of needle? What about these 6 needles? Just knit on the needles. The rest are all root weaving. These 6 knits have 6 upper needles. This is the reverse line. What if you want to loop? Okay, just knit normally later. And then, after knitting this line, the 7th and 9th lines are 2 rows of needles. That is 4 lines, 7,891. A total of 4 lines are woven from the front. It is a 4-row lower needle, which is a root knitting. You can knit whatever needle it is. 7,890. These 4 lines of root weaving are enough. Okay, 7,890 lines, I'm done knitting. What about line 11? It's a cross of 3 stitches on the upper right. This place has a 3 written. This is a 3. This is the cross of the 3 stitches on the upper right. After crossing, I still knit the needle. It's woven like this. After 3 needles, the 6 stitches make a crossover. The 3 stitches on the right are 123 stitches on the top, 456 pins down. Okay, after the cross is done, knit 456 stitches first. Continue to knit these 6 needles. Okay, so that completes a crossover. In the back, these places are all woven. It's still a 3-stitch cross on the upper right. This is also when knitting twist. The place is the intersection of the 3 stitches on the upper right. Okay, you can do it yourself later. Okay, line 12 after line 11 is woven. Then 13,141,516, and then knit 4 rows. Just knit the front and back. We'll come back after 16 rows. 13,141,516 after the row of roots is woven. Weaving on line 17. Line 17 is doing a 6E1. Knitting Sansheng. What about the 6 and 1? He didn't say in this picture. It's 6 and 1 on the upper right. Still medium and upper 6 and 1. I knitted it. It's medium, upper 6 and 1. I think it looks better this way. It's woven like this. First pick out the form of needles below these 3 stitches. If you don't knit, make these 3 stitches 1, upper left 3 and 1. Top left 3 and 1. Then put these 3 needles together and put them together. So that's 1 middle school, upper 6 and 1. Okay, so what? And then there's fat. Which one do you like? Which one do you think looks good? Which one do you use? I'll demonstrate another way to eat. Okay, what about this fingering? It's the needle on the right. Pick out the form of needles below 6 stitches. Change the direction of the needle. Take these 3 stitches off first. You can have 3 needles and 3 needles. And what happens? Put these 3 needles over again. In this way, 1 upper right 6 handles is completed. Later, you can also combine the upper left 6. You can use whichever one you like. And these 3 stitches perform 3 and 1 on the upper left. Okay, these 6 stitches. Then we also have 3 stitches and 3 stitches first. That's better. And you take this needle. So put it back together. This is the upper left 6 ice coat. Then take a look at this effect. Okay. These 3 ways to reduce needles are the way to merge needles. Do you feel like this middle school doctor? Still better. These don't feel as good as this. So, I use the following 6 doctors. Then line 18 is just woven. 4 more lines. Just like knitting. That's 1922, 1, 2, 2. What about line 23? Just knit this twist in this line. So just continue to knit up. It's staggered. You see, the two are staggered, just knit like this. This flower shape is suitable for full body knitting. The whole body looks better, because it's simple. It's not complicated, just like how well woven. That's it for today's pattern. Do you like it? If you like it, collect it.